Yeah, Mr. Glum, I didn't hear a bit of bad news about your son, Ron, last week, did I? He's not been ill, has he?
No, Teddy's not been ill. No, there's one thing you can say about my boy Ron. Nothing ever goes wrong with him physically. Well, how can there when there's no moving parts? No, if you really want to know what happened, Ted, give us another brown ale in there, will you? The commencement of it, as you might say, in a manner of speaking, all began a couple of Mondays ago when he was on the sofa in our front room with his fiancée Eth, with Eth, as usual, opening the debate.
I just can't get over it. Fancy that Labour Exchange turning round and asking you to resign. Just how long is it you've been frequenting there for your unemployment pay?
7 years, Eth. Every Friday, always on time. All weathers, never a word of complaint.
Well, so why, Ron?
Just because I got thrown out of that job they sent me for.
That nice position as yo-yo demonstrator. When you were sacked from that, what happened?
I stopped working to listen to music while you work.
Just for that thing. Ooh, talk about little Hitlers. The way some of these petty officials behave, it just makes my gorge rise. I tell you what you are going to do, Ron. You are going to find yourself a job.
Where is?
Anywhere, Ron. You know my feelings, beloved. There is nothing you cannot do if you just turn your mind to it.
All right, Eth. Come on, Eth. Please, it's been 3 weeks.
No, Ron, you'll be licking green stamps all day. No,
Hello. Ron been to see the invasion of the body snatchers, eh? I shan't interrupt you two. I've just come in to nip Mrs. Glum's toothbrush back into the sink. Do you know, I never thought I'd get that bicycle chain clean.
Paper, can we just have a deco at what jobs are advertised?
Jobs advertised? Whatever for?
Ron has been excommunicated from the Labour Exchange.
What? And him with only 44 years to go to a pension? Well, well, well.
Can you see any suitable positions advertised, Mr. Glum?
Hang on a minute. Here we are. Sits vacant. Well, if that's not an apt description of Ron, what is? Right, then. Let's get through them.
Is there anything you particularly fancy, Ron?
I wouldn't mind a banana.
Now, listen, the quickest way to get this done is systematically. I shall read out the names of all the jobs that's advertised as available. You give me your reaction. Right, Ron?
Right, Dad?
Right. Now, audit clerk.
No, Dad.
Bricklayer's mate.
No, Dad.
Cellulose sprayer.
No, Dad.
Petrol pump attendant.
No, Dad.
Stockroom assistant.
No, Dad.
Tool and jig maker.
No, Dad.
Well, I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. I'm non-wage earning.
What's my line? Now, let us try and narrow it down. Would you like a white-collar job?
Like a vicar?
No, it's a job we said we'd find you, and a job we will find you if we sit up here all night. Now then, concentrate. Hebrew teacher.
No, Dad.
Rifle range attendant. Piano polisher. Metallurgical chemist.
No, Dad.
Non-ferrous capstan head lathe turner and buffer.
No.
Exchange hardly worn ski boots for invalid chair, eh? I'm on the personal column now. We've been through every job on offer, and he's still just as big a drug on the market as he was when we started.
Why don't you try approaching the problem from Ron's personal angle? Ron, beloved, do you know what you'd really like to do?
Yes, Eth, I do.
What, dearest?
I'd like to go to bed.
Well, you can't make a career out of that. At least not in this part of London.
Using your paddy is not going to help, Mr. Glum. I tell you what, why don't we try writing down all the things Ron is actually good at, and then maybe we'll have some idea the sort of job he's fitted for.
That's the first sensible suggestion so far. All right, get out a bit of paper and make a nice, neat list of all the things that Ron is good at. Now then, ready?
Ready?
Right. 1. He can...
Will?
He can... Oh, blimey, let's all go to bed.
Exactly the trouble, Mr. Glum. Nobody believes in Ron. For once in his life, he takes the bull between the horns, and what support does he get? Oh, it makes me so boiling. If you want a list of his good qualities, I'll give them to you.
Right, Eth, all right, go on then.
Where to begin? He's patient. He's quiet. He doesn't fidget. He's got well-shaped ears. He's patient.
Blimey, we've had that one. Patient, quiet, well-shaped ears. We're not taking him to Cruft's dog show. We're putting him into commerce. It's a jungle out there.
There must be some job where there's... Wait a minute, Mr. Glum, half a move. Now, where's the local paper? Now, if my memory serves me right, there's... where are we? How about that?
Man wanted for assault on cub mistress. Job off.
No, Mr. Glum, under that, where it advertises the adult evening classes at the Institute. Oh, can't you see what it says there?
Nothing that jumps out at me. All it says here is Tuesday men's carpentry class, Wednesday ladies poetry group. I still don't know.
Read on. What does it say for Thursday?
Thursday advanced watercolour painting life class.
And in brackets, after that.
Blimey, I never read the bracket. Male model required, 5 shillings per hour. Male, 5... I doff my tit for to you, I do really. Here, Ron, here, you're going to be a model.
A model what, Dad?
Painters, Ron. All you have to do is stand on a plinth while they paint your picture.
A plinth?
They'll probably want you to, it does say life class, beloved.
What's the matter, Eth? Your face has turned the colour of Dad's nose.
Now, you see, what Ed is implicating is that it might mean you devastating yourself of your clothes.
Oh, Dad.
There's no need to go all shy, Ron. In the artistic world, there is nothing more beautiful in nature than the naked human body.
It's not my human body I'm shy about. It's my vest.
Oh, I can soon patch your vest up. I've still got some of that rubber solution left, haven't I, here? You see, Ron, what is important is that your job prospects have suddenly taken a turn for the upward.
Get him working as an artist model. In other words, take advantage of his limitations.
That's right, Ted. And as our Ron is a boy whose limitations know no limit, I set to without further ado. I sent all his particulars to the art class teacher, and when she wrote back straight away that they wanted to see him the same week, I'd no more to do than get him out in the yard and give him a good hose down. And then she went out and bought one of them wigs, you know, all little golden curls, like that Greek god used to wear. What's his name? Useless.
Well, I thought it was pronounced Ulysses.
So you would, Ted. But translations vary, you see, according to where he was brung up. Anyway, 2 days later, we sent him off to the Institute, and you can imagine the impatience with which Eth and I awaited his triumphal return with his first pay packet.
Still another 3 hours, Mr. Glum. Oh, I only hope I'll be able to stand the strain.
And I hope they've got some heating in that institute. You know how prone Ron is to goose pimples. Standing there all that time in the altogether, he's liable to finish up looking like corn on the cob.
Well, I don't think I've got anything to worry about myself. I've never seen Ron looking so confident.
No, neither have I. That's why I'm worried.
Oh, you do like to be little him, don't you? All he's got to do is undress and just stand there. Now, what could possibly go wrong?
know. Who can that be? That can't be Ron. He usually does dragnet.
Excuse me, sir. Is your name Glum?
Lummy, it's the law. What's up, officer?
Do you have a son named Ronald?
I cannot answer that question on the grounds that I might inseminate myself.
Where is Ron? What's happened to him?
What's he done, officer?
What's his crime?
Ronald Glum is charged that at 8:02 this evening at the Queen's Road Institute he did divest himself of all clothing, then present himself in front of a ladies' poetry group.
It's Wednesday.
Hello? Marriage Guidance Bureau here. Miss Forbes speaking. No, I'm sorry. Could you call back? I have a client with me. Excuse the interruption, Mr. Glum. Now, you're consulting us, I take it, about a marital problem?
No, it's not that. It's just that I'm having trouble with the missus. How could she do this to me? After all this time. We've been together now for 30 years, man and beast. I don't understand it, Miss Forbes.
Easy, Mr. Glum. Let's piece the story together from the beginning. Now, was the marriage blessed with a child?
No, we only had Ron. He's my son. How can I describe him? You know, some people do fancy work.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't fancy work. And there's Eth, his fiancée. Well, it was she who first stumbled upon the whole tragic business. It was 3 months ago, you see, when they was tangled together on our sofa in our front room.
Isn't it cosy with just the firelight? No need to talk somehow. It's just so nice being quiet. Have you been having a little Zeus, beloved? What have you been thinking about then?
I've been trying to think of something to think about.
I'm afraid all I've been thinking about, Ron, is your mother. At tea time today, she was so, well, abrupt. She didn't even open her mouth. Just sat glaring at your father with her lips pursed all tight together. What can your father have done to make her behave like that?
He pawned her teeth.
Her teeth? Oh, well, no wonder she's got the hump. Oh, Ron, why doesn't she assert herself? If I'd been here, there would have been a proper set too.
No, it was set 2 that he pawned. Her first set went to pay for Christmas.
I mean no disrespect to your father, but she's a saint to put up with him.
Stop talking about them, Eth. Put your head back on my shoulder.
Why?
I've just thought of something to think about.
I didn't mean that, Ron. You've got to be in the mood.
I am in the mood, Eth. I'm always in the mood,
I
Eth.
mean, I couldn't, Ron. No, not with your mother's teeth still fresh in my mind. I think you better put the light on again, Pet. And you better run a comb through your hair.
Yes, Eth. Chelsea bun, tell us how you can. Hey, how long have I had a piece of paper stuck on my forehead?
It's stuck to the mirror. That's all. Bring it over. It looks like a letter.
What?
Oh, Ron, it's from your mother. She's... Oh, Ron, I can't bring myself to say it.
What, eh?
What do you think you're doing? I've told you before, this is a decent house. Come here. Come. you want to go screaming and yell at me like that for? I was in the middle of having an all-over wash, wasn't I? You hardly give me a chance to get my leg out the sink. I might have ripped myself and never smiled again.
I went down, stuck to the mirror. Oh, for heaven's sake, read it.
I'd know that uncouth handwriting anywhere. Mrs. Glum, eh? Places she leaves her shopping lists. This is to inform you I have stood as much as flesh and blood can swallow. I have put both my belongings in that brown paper carrier bag what you give me for Christmas. And I have left you. Left me.
Oh, Mr. Glum, sit down. Oh, Ron, look at your father. He's pale.
I'll go and get it, Eth.
Ron, sit your father down. It's just shock, Mr. Glum. Take deep breaths. Ron, you read the rest of the letter.
Right, Eth. It goes on. The last ember of the love that glowed between us died the day you pawned my false teeth. I see you now for what you are. A loud-mouthed, bullying, no-good toe rag. She writes a lovely letter, doesn't she, Dad?
Oh, my wife left me. It can't be true, Ed. Say it isn't true.
These things happen, Mr. Glum.
No, not to us, no. Not to people like us. They only get it among the lower classes.
I think she seemed a bit discontented.
Discontented? What errant nonsense. We was hydraulically happy. I'll give her everything she wanted. Name one thing she went short of.
Well, clothes, food, teeth.
I'm not talking about the luxuries. I'm talking about things that matter. What I give her, companionship, lovely cosmopolitan colloquial conversation. I can't sort of grasp it.
You actually mean to tell me, Mr. Glum, that you were surprised?
Surprised, shocked, numbed. I don't know what I am.
It says here you're a loud-mouthed, bullying, nosy...
But why? Why? After all these years, 30 years, 30. Funny, really, I can't seem to call her face to mine now. Not the way she is now. I can see her the way she used to be, oh yes. Before we got engaged, with that hat that she used to wear. You'd have liked that hat, Ed, oh yeah. Couple of feathers on it and big flowers, all colours.
You gave it to her?
Yes, I give it to her. I got it cheap because it fell off the bough and a dog done something. But why? 30 years, why? You don't think there's another man in it, do you? No, there can't be another man in it. I've just remembered what she looks like now. But I'll tell you this. I'm not having her back.
But, Mr. Glum...
No, not if she crawls in here on all her fours. No, as she buttered her bread, so let her lie in it. So it's going to be from now on, my boy. Just you and me, my lad, all right?
Yes, Dad?
Do you mind, lad?
No, Dad.
You're a very brave, lovely boy.
There is just one thing I think I should say. Not so much for me as for Ed.
But what is it, lad? What's troubling you?
Your towel slipped.
We get so many cases like this, but our first concern must be for the child. Is he missing his mother?
Oh, yes, in so many little ways. Especially at bath time. It's pitiful to see him trying to scrub his own back. He's ruined that yard bin.
And how are you coping with running the home?
Well, I'm having to do all the cooking and the housework and the washing. here we are, Ron, now. Eat it while it's hot.
No, Dad. It's been the same every day for 3 months. Breakfast, dinner, tea, supper, baked beans on toast.
Well, this is a change. Toast on baked beans. I dropped it. Now, don't put one of your faces on.
I don't feel like it, Dad.
That's the thanks I get. That's the thanks I get, is it? For slaving my fingers to the bone for you? I mean, I don't know why you don't help. You no help at all. Why do you just sit skulking in the coal hole?
It's cleaner in there.
Get down to doing the dusting. There's so many things to do, and there's all that washing. Oh, my God, there's Eth. Oh, come in, Ed. Sorry about the mess, Eth. I'm afraid you're seeing things under the worst possible conditions. Daylight.
This room is not fit for human habitation to live in. What's that?
You can sniff all you like, Eth, but I've got too much to do to keep on going in and out to the dustbin. I've done the one sensible thing that no housewife would have ever thought of. I brought the dustbin in here.
Please, let's get Mum back, Dad, please. I've been hungry for 3 months.
Let your only son plead like that. Ron, dearest, you miss your mother's cooking, don't you?
Not just her cooking, it's her being here. Her face, her smile.
Well, if you want to see her smile, you can always nip down to the pawnbrokers. What am I going to do?
Had a change of heart, haven't you, Mr. Glum?
It's about all I have had a change of. If we soon don't get this lot washed here, what I'm wearing will go luminous. Ed, supposing I do want her back, how am I going to go about it?
Don't think that I haven't been making inquiries. There are organisations that specialise in bringing people like Mrs. Glum back.
Like all its contractors?
There's a place called the Marriage Guidance Bureau.
And that's the whole situation so far, Miss Forbes. Without describing the kitchen, well, that'll put you in mind of Tobruk. So what do you advise?
Well, frankly, Mr. Glum, something I don't think you're going to like. But the only way to get Mrs. Glum to change her opinion of you is to offer her some definite inducement. And the only inducement that might work is one that will entail quite a sacrifice on your part.
What do you want me to do?
Mr. Glum, she's worked miracles. You must both be so happy. Oh, Mr. Glum, those curtains are so clean. I walked straight past the house. I don't know what you did to bring Mrs. Glum back again, but whatever it was, it must have been something ever so romantic. Don't you agree, Ron?
Yes, Seth.
But you still hadn't told us. I know you got Mrs. Glum's teeth back from the pawnbrokers, but how did you raise the money?